Okay? So when you want to make an impact that large, you have to figure out what is the best way for us to do it. And that's really all I did. I said, how can I take my talents, my abilities, my love of talking to people, of finding out things about people and whatever, how can I take that and use it in a positive way to be able to help chiropractors get more patients? Because if I can help thousands of chiropractors get thousands of patients, then we're talking millions, not million, but millions, plural, of patients under chiropractic care. And you can hear it in my voice, guys. That's my passion. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm taking time out of my schedule. I'm super swamped, and I'm sitting here doing this podcast because I care about you guys, and I really want you guys to win. All right? So that is my background. I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea who I am. That's also part of the purpose of this podcast, is to really let you guys know. It's really hard to communicate that when you have to be professional and so on. You go to a website, you go to my website, you're going to see all professional stuff, and yeah, you'll see a bio on me there, but you really don't get to know me and who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So what was this experience that I was talking about? I went out and did thousands of screenings. Okay, that was the first thing that I decided that I needed to do. I avoided it for a number of years because I wanted to get down to brass tacks and help with newsletters and all kinds of marketing. Okay, and again, this was the nature of the beast back in the 90s when the internet was kind of just starting to get started and there was no social media yet. So there, it was different then than it is now, but suffice to say that there was a lot more reliance on print media and things like that at the time. And so when, at the turn of the century, the turn of the millennium here, sounds funny to say, Y2K came, and then we went on into the next millennium, and everything took off from there, and things started getting more online and more social. And then in the mid, around 2005, I think it was, or so on, then all of a sudden it was like MySpace and Facebook, and everything became social, and everybody became connected again. And you didn't have to write as many letters to faraway friends. You see them every day. People you didn't see in years, suddenly you could see. So there was this change. So although I avoided it for a little bit, what I realized is I had to get in touch with people more. And even social media helped me realize that as well. But just prior to that, that's sort of what made me accept social media. When I went out and I started doing screenings and talking to people face to face, that's when we really got some idea of what needed to be done to really help chiropractors with chiropractic marketing. Okay? And so it is that social interaction, and you want to have that. Many of you have social media right now, so you're you're engaging in the screening process. And that's what I'm going to make the underlying theme of these podcasts is why screenings. Don't look at me as a screener. That's not what I'm doing. I had a company that just went out and provided screenings, and we did that for years very successfully. But that's not what we're about anymore. We're here to show you what that interaction process is all about. And that interaction process will happen whether you go out and do a talk, whether you go out and do a screening, or whether you put it in a print ad. There is a screening process there, and that's what I want you guys to realize. The rest of my background, I started after 2 years of director of marketing with this large practice, high-volume clinic. I went on to consult chiropractors individually. What did I find out most chiropractors wanted? And again, this was another key to the word screenings, you guys. That was they wanted qualified patients. Okay, now sit and think for a moment before I say the word. What is it that comes to mind when you think of qualified patients? And I'll give you a hint. In terms of where you would go to find qualified patients, where would you go to best find qualified patients? Now think about that for a moment. Qualified patients. Qualified patients means they have the ability to pay for care. Usually that means they have insurance. Who are the people that have that, guys? Corporate people. Now, I started finding this out across the board. It's funny. It was kind of, I've been doing this for years. I've been marketing for a very high volume practice, and I didn't sit and realize that, wow, what we're really looking for on the front lines is this qualification factor. Even though I was participating in it, I was going out and doing talks and screenings and all that kind of jazz, right? But I never really realized, it didn't really hit me. I'm like, wow, qualified. The word is corporate, folks. And corporate became the focus of my consulting after that. It went in a new direction. There was a spur that went off of it that sort of led me off track from just working with the chiropractors and whatever. Why? Because I found out that none of you knew how to convince corporate people to let you have at their employees. There were problems with that. So, therefore, what I did was I started to go out and find the events. And we're talking, all right, guys, I'm in the Hudson Valley in New York. I don't know if you know the Hudson Valley area. There's the show on, it was originally on Discovery Channel. It's now on CMT. There was a show called American Chopper. And I love telling about this to reference the area I'm in, because the name of the chopper company, the custom chopper design company in there, is called Orange County Choppers. And it's actually Orange County, New York, folks. There is more than just Orange County, California and Orange County, Florida. There's an Orange County in New York. And Orange County Choppers is up here. Okay, and so just to give you an idea of where I am, this Hudson Valley area where Orange County is 70 miles north and west of New York City. And so it's very much country here, but it's very much influenced by the city. And the city is a stone's throw away, so you have the best of both worlds. Okay, so that just gives you a little bit of an idea of, I was practicing sort of in a rural area, but a lot of my clients were New York City clients. I'm there often. I'm always there, what have you. So my territory was New York City. Now, even in the late 90s, this wasn't a very popular thing, but what happened was I started going after high-profile clients. I had the likes of Random House Publishing, Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield. I affiliated with some partnerships, and we did things with Colgate, Palmolive, and Goodyear, and I could give you brand names up the wazoo of companies that we participated with. And when I got into town and started working with chiropractors on corporate events, everyone kept asking me, they kept mentioning this other guy's name and say, do you know so-and-so? And I kept hearing this guy's name, and apparently there were only two of us in this one-horse town that were doing this. So, and as I'm saying this now because I'm sure a lot of you know, or you've probably been solicited by many different companies. It's a very cutthroat competitive industry now to put on corporate like health fairs and talks and things like that. And I was one of the pioneer companies, one of the two main companies in one of the largest cities on the planet, putting this together. So we went off, and I was full bore doing that. And after about 3 years of doing it, not only did I get a little burnt out, but I said, what am I doing? I'm just going out here and I'm getting some corporate events for the doctors, and I'm charging them money for it, and they're going to the events and they're seemingly happy, but I'm looking at the results, and it's not the results to the standard that I would have wanted. And that's when I said, you know what? This is not the direction that I wanted to go in the first place. And what I did was I finally said, okay, that's enough. We need to get back to the root of what I wanted to do, which was directly work with the chiropractor, directly have him confront sitting with people and having a dialogue, not a monologue with them, not talking at them, but having a conversation with them and being able to listen to them and find out about them enough so that he could convince them to take another step with him and come to his office. And so I sold that company, and I started, a few gyrations here and there of where we would go. And over the following several years, in going out and screening thousands of people and getting thousands of new patients for chiropractors, I finally went out there and just used the world as my laboratory. Okay, we got good results for doctors, but at the same time, I was recording all the time. I was just sitting there, just drinking in this stuff like a sponge. And after a while, I would see trends in people and different commonalities and what have you. And I found this is better than any script that's ever been developed. This is real world experience right here, guys. And this is sort of where it all came to be. So the Screening Experts product is based on all of that. Now, what does this have to do with? I mean, if you think about me just talking about my background, kind of a boring podcast, okay? There's not much to my life, guys. It's not this super spectacular thing. I, bought and made a practice into a multi-bazillion-dollar practice. No. But did I contribute to multi-bazillion-dollar practices? Sure, absolutely. And am I doing that actively now? Yes. So what is it that I really want to do? Well, when I got into business doing this, I decided that I wanted to influence millions of people. And I just realized, as recent as last month, that I'm not necessarily going to do that through making every single chiropractor in the world a client of mine. It just might not happen. Okay? We can get a lot of them, but that's sort of similar to me wanting to adjust one patient at a time and go to chiropractic school. It just wasn't going to work. So what I realized is we need to get the word out. So what did we do? Well, we started out by I'm now producing a series of inspirational videos, informative of chiropractic, and that follow our coaching program. We coach certain principles that keep you from making certain mistakes in promotion and advertising. And we put those principles into everything we're making, and we're going to make a free center for you guys. There's already one video up. I'll make sure if you guys email me, I'll send you the link to the video. You can embed it on your website. You can share it in your social media, and it's going to help you get more patients, and it's absolutely free. I don't even want anything in exchange for it. I don't want your email address. I don't want to put you on a mailing list. I just want you to have it. And I realized that if we can get something like that to go viral, then we can reach the millions, okay? And you will be part of something bigger. You'll be part of something even greater than yourself and your practice, which is great enough, and you already know that. What you do is you produce miracles in your little community every day. But if we unify all the chiropractors speaking out on a world stage, now you're talking about the millions that it's going to take, guys. And that's what I want to help you do. That's what this podcast is all about. And that is the goal of everything we're doing here. Okay? So free coaching center, free advice, free podcast, so on. We're going to get you guys doing everything you possibly can. If I can help you along the way, I sure would love to do that. Would I love to coach with you all individually? Absolutely. And you can call on me anytime, and I'd love to talk about my program. But mostly I just want to talk about you and what's best for you, and let's figure out how we can get something happening now. All right. That is going to conclude our first episode of this podcast. I'm very excited. I feel very energetic about this. Okay, I'm not hyped up on coffee, guys. This is pure purpose running through me. And I am ready and really pumped to do our first topic episode. I don't have it planned out yet, but I'm sure you'll know shortly. I hope you enjoyed learning about this. I hope it helped pump up your purpose a little bit and you're getting as excited as I am. Please do email me at frank.screenings@live.com. Let me know the topics you want to hear. Let me know feedback, and also ask me for the link to the first free video that we posted, and I will give you that. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is not my website address. Of course, you can always find us at screeningexperts.com, but I want to give you another address, and that is a blog that we launched this year. It's called Chiropractic Marketing Advice. It's actually chiropracticmarketingadvice.com. It's very new. I only have about 5 articles posted, but I post frequently, and they're all really valuable, and it's free help that I'm providing for you. That's exactly what I want to do. I just want to reach out, and I want to help you guys. And I want to help your friends. So make sure you get your friends to subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you get your friends to email me and give me feedback about what they want to hear. If you know anybody who would be valuable to be a guest on our show, or if you've had certain success in your practice and you want to talk about it, okay, in a non-solicitory, let's help everybody kind of way, drop me a line via email. Let's talk. We'll have a dialogue. I'll call you up. We'll talk on the phone. We're looking for guests on the podcast. We want to have many people on the show, and I want there to be hundreds of episodes of this, folks, okay? Very good. Good luck in practice, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Thanks very much for listening.